Hello coaches, welcome back to another Modern Soccer Coach Breakdown. This week we're going to take a look at possession with a purpose, looking at getting that balance right between being comfortable in possession of the ball, dominating possession of the ball and creating chances and not getting stuck in possession. Possession, progression, penetration, looking at creating chances, looking at being attack minded with that possession. 3 session ideas here. If you enjoy the exercises and you're looking for session ideas around this here, we have 20 of them in the Modern Soccer Coach 20 attack and training sessions, all broken down, midfield rotations, building from the back, attacking in the final third. You can get it on the link below. Also, if you want the dimensions for these exercises, you can get them on the Modern Soccer Coach website as well. Possession and progression, 3 exercises. Let's go. So before we start today, we're going to look at an exercise that maybe doesn't have progression in the possession, and that's just a 5v5, basically moving the ball, circulating the ball in an area. Yes, it's effective in terms of angles of receiving, supporting movements, combination play, it's got all that, but what it doesn't have is that element of progression towards something in the final third. So we're going to move this model and try to make this idea a little bit more effective in terms of building into an attack-minded possession team today. So I believe there's 3 ways that you can take this exercise and make it a little bit more effective. Here's the first one. So the first exercise is a progression game. You've got 2 teams of 8 organized into a grid of 3 zones. The first zone will have 2 defenders and a goalkeeper. Second zone will have 3 midfielders. The third zone will have 2 forwards. The objective of the game is to build and progress your possession before scoring. The defensive players are limited to their zone only, but the attacking team can move freely, so they can go and create an advantage with an overload as they progress the ball. And maybe there's a little bit of freedom tactically as well for them to unlock the defense. If the ball is won by the defensive team, the rules change immediately. The attacking team's got to move back to their own zone, so you've got that transition as well. But the message is clear in this one. Use possession to progress the ball and create a shot on goal within 5, 6, 7 passes. Really, really good way to communicate that to your players. Okay, the second way that you can coach progression with possession is a type of breakout game. So in this one, it's a 5v5 plus 4. You've got 15 players organized into 2 teams of 5. You have 4 neutrals. You've also got the goalkeeper in there. So you've got the area split into 2. Top half of the area is the possession grid. The second half is the goal scoring area. So it starts with a 5v5 plus 2 in the top half. One team's designated as the possession team. They can use the overload with the 2 neutrals to complete 3 consecutive passes. Then they play into the white neutrals in the higher zone. And as soon as the ball is played into the higher zone, 2 red attackers can go and support. 1 defensive player can drop, so you've got that overload in the next zone, and you can then score immediately. If the defensive team wins possession, they can score the mini goals at the top. So again, you've got 2 different games here. You've got a possession game, and then you've got an attacking game. So it's using possession to unlock a space. Once you unlock the space higher up, it's go, try and score, create a goal scoring opportunity. All the time, the defensive team are trying to win the ball back. It's competitive, it's fast moving, and again, it should be teaching that element of possession and progression. Okay, before we show our third idea, if you enjoy the exercise as a Modern Soccer Coach and you want full session plans, similar to this where we pick a specific topic and we look at it, then we progress it throughout the session, Modern Soccer Coach 20 attack and training sessions is available on an ebook, so you can get it right away. It's got build-up, it's got midfield combination, it's got final third. It's also flexible, so if you're playing different systems, you can easily modify it to suit your game model and your principles. It's available on the link below, modernsoccercoach.com/shop, 20 attack and training sessions. You can get it right away. Okay, third idea. This is a shot clock game, 4v4. You've got 4 attackers against 4 defenders, plus a goalkeeper inside a space around the penalty area. 3 zones. You've got a 2 1v1s in the wide zones. You've got a 2v2 in the central zone. The coach will start the ball by playing into the attacking team. They have 12 seconds to score, and the attacking team are free to move anywhere inside the area, but the defensive team has to stay. So now again, you've got a decision making where you can allow the attacking team to create the overload wherever they want, or maybe they're more comfortable in the 1v1. If the defenders win the ball, they can score in either mini goal for 2 points. 12-second games, you play 10 total, you keep the score running. It's competitive, it's fast moving, and it's all about trying to make quick decisions, trying to get shots off, and trying to be positive in creating overloads and attacking opportunities. So there you have it, coaches, just some ideas around possession with progression. 3 different ways to do that. So instead of just playing 5v5 and keeping the ball for 20 minutes, 3 different ways. The first one was an element of progression with zones. You put those zones and you encourage players to build and tier their build up towards chance creation. The second was a breakout game, so using possession in order to break out into an area of lower pressure where you can then support and create a goal scoring opportunity. And the third is the shot clock idea, which is probably my favourite one, where you're just challenging players and giving them a little bit of freedom to get the shots on goal and chance creation against a defensive team that is maybe restricted in terms of movement or an overload. 3 different ways that you can maybe challenge players without just saying, go score, go score, go score. Because possession, as we're seeing in the modern game, as much as it's not about possession, possession is really, really important to dominate the game and also prevent your opponents from creating goal scoring opportunities. The more you have the ball, it goes without saying, the less the opponent is going to be dangerous. So being effective in possession is just as important as having possession of the ball. So if you enjoy that and you want the dimensions, you can get them on the link below. And when you're there, please check out Modern Soccer Coach, the 20 attack and train sessions. If you also want to combine that with some passing ideas or some scanning sessions, it's always a good combo package. You can get them on the link below, modernsoccercoach.com/shop. Thank you for all your support. I will see you next week. Goodbye.